Who comes to mind when you think of the unluckiest character in the Arkham universe? Maybe Jason Todd with the trauma of being tortured, Joker falling into a vat of chemicals, Commissioner Gordon being held hostage in nearly every game? Surprisingly, there's a character who could be considered one of the unluckiest characters in the Batman Arkham games you've probably never heard about. This character can only be seen in Arkham Asylum, and you've interacted with this character 100 times, but you probably don't know his story. This is the story of Razor, the unluckiest character in the Batman Arkham franchise. Before we get started, I've partnered with BenQ to show off their Be Creatus GR10 HDMI 2.1 Steam Deck dock, a game changer for handheld enthusiasts. This sleek 7-in-1 dock is a powerhouse. With HDMI 2.1 support, you can game up to a jaw-dropping 4K 120Hz or 8K 60Hz resolutions, making those pesky Riddler trophies scattered around the asylum a breeze when trying to find them. But that's not all. The GR10 delivers 100-watt PD charging, keeping your handheld juiced up mid-session. No more battery anxiety, just seamless gaming, crisp visuals, and a clutter-free setup. If you're serious about upgrading your portable rig, this gaming dock is a must-have. Be sure to check the description below where you can purchase your own now. Razor's story begins at Blackgate, where due to a fire forces the inmates to be transferred to Arkham Asylum around the same time that Batman enters escorting Joker to his cell. We all know that this fire wasn't just a coincidence and this was part of Joker's plan all along. Razor and the other Blackgate prisoners are taken to their cells, all set to execute their master plan. With the help of Harley Quinn, who's taken over the security controls of the asylum, the inmates of the asylum are set loose, causing havoc, murdering staff, and just wrecking the place. None of this is random though. This is all part of Joker's master plan of slowing Batman down and getting his hands on the sweet Titan formula. Some of these tasks Joker's men were assigned could have been either construction work on the visitor center in preparation for Joker's party, going after the Titan formula, or rounding up the Arkham staff. Joker gives Razor the specific task of capturing Dr. Stephen Kellerman, the person who treated Scarecrow and Poison Ivy during their time at the asylum before it got shut down. Razor and some of Joker's unnamed thugs track and beat up Kellerman, leaving him injured and bleeding on the floor. Before they can hurt him further though, Aaron Cash rushes in to save him after hearing an alarm in the medical facility most likely turned on by Dr. Kellerman. Aaron's heroic action was cut short though, as Joker fills the room with Smilex, better known as Joker Toxin, which triggers a lockdown sequence, making it impossible for Cash or Kellerman to escape until the room is clear of the toxin. Unfortunately, not everyone is able to escape though, with 2 out of the 3 Joker thugs making it out of there, leaving Razor in the room with the toxin all by himself.
Boss, it's done. The room is full of gas and Captain Hook is stuck in there. Thing is, Razor didn't get out in time. He's stuck in there too.
Well, that'll teach him to dilly-dally. Don't let anyone out of there, even Razor. He's failed me, and I don't like failures.
Yeah, sure, boss. He was slowing us down anyway.
In a desperate attempt at survival, Razor climbs to the highest point he can reach, holding onto a cable suspended in the air, hovering above the Joker toxin. Yes, this is Razor, the random thug you've knocked 100 times without even thinking about, into the Joker gas in order to activate the final fan to clear the room. Razor pleads to Batman to save him, knowing what will happen to him if he falls in.
Please, I don't want to fall in the gas. Joker never said anything about this part of the plan.
Batman, unresponsive, cuts the wire with a batarang, causing Razor to fall through the roof to where the button is. Razor, most likely with a few broken bones, head trauma, and recovering from the Joker gas, probably lay unconscious for a few hours in the medical facility until he recovered. During this, Batman made significant progress on stopping Joker's master plan by taking down some of his rogues gallery, defeating Bane, Zsasz, and Harley Quinn. Batman, now planning to make his way to Killer Croc's lair in order to get the ingredients for the Titan cure, re-enters the intensive treatment and crawls through the vent to where we had our first Predator encounter. This time it's different though. These thugs are much more equipped with suicide collars to alert Joker and his men if Batman has taken out any of them. They've also booby-trapped the gargoyles with explosives this time, so if Batman were to perch on one of them, it would detonate, making Batman have to be a lot quicker on his feet and find other ways of hiding from the thugs. Which, as a side note, is a really cool idea to have in the game, as a lot of players do depend on the gargoyles, so it is a cool way to change things up. During this, Razor somehow recovers from his injuries, gets up, and makes his way to the intensive treatment facility to help with Joker's schemes, whether it be due to Razor not knowing that Joker didn't care if he died in the laughing gas, or maybe Razor feared what Joker would do to him if he were to desert. Joker's thugs were tasked with each climbing up to the gargoyles using the beams at the side of the building and placing explosives on it. Razor, probably still in agony, climbs up to the gargoyles to prepare for Batman's arrival. While Razor is setting up the explosives though, Joker decides it might be a good time to test to see if the explosives work.
Are they ready? Have you planted the explosives yet?
Good.
Razor's just finishing his off now.
Good. Let's test them out.
No! No, I'm still up!
Sadly, after Batman clears the room of thugs and checks up on Razor using detective vision, we find no heartbeat. Now, no heartbeat tends to mean that this would be the end of the character's story, but luckily Razor somehow manages to escape from the Grim Reaper. But the only luck he seems to have doesn't seem to last too long though, as while not physically present during the events of the next game, which is Arkham City, we at least overhear a conversation between a group of thugs about the true ending of Razor's story. I believe this can only be heard in the Catwoman DLC on her way to collect her equipment at the very start.
So that's the plan.
Yep. I ain't so sure.
For the love of... Look, we've been through this. We find Bruce Wayne, hurt him a little, and take him to Penguin.
And then what? Penguin kills us?
Why would he do that? We give him what he wants, we get our reward, everyone's happy.
What if the reward is a bullet between the eyes? Or worse? You've heard the stories. He's a monster. I heard he dropped Razor in a pool filled with boiling water and razor blades. He thought it was funny.
To be fair, that does sound pretty funny.
Razor should never have left Joker's gang. Penguin was always going to try and get information out of him.
It'll be fine, I'm sure it will. Whatever else happens, that ugly son of a bitch will be happy to get his hands on Wayne. And we'll all get free drinks in the Iceberg Lounge.
Free drinks? You should have said that earlier. I'm in.
Sadly, this is the end of Razor's story. Through multiple broken bones, bruises, trauma, being betrayed on multiple occasions, and even cheating death once, his luck runs out and was killed by the Penguin in a pretty brutal way, and I doubt there's any chance of him being able to survive that. It's such a shame that Razor was killed off so early in the franchise, as I would have loved to have seen him be a returning character that repeatedly showed up, just enough for hardcore fans to recognize him, but not so that he's in your face. Thanks to Luckmaster, who suggested I talked about Razor in my Discord a while ago, but I never got the chance to do so until now. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, comment down below if there's any characters you would love for me to cover, or maybe that you have another character who you think is even more unlucky than Razor. That's all for now. My name is Fo, and Slan.